Pick a card, your current situation. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you at your reading. Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Psychic MD, and we are going to do another pick a card reading. Let me tighten up this phone before it just falls and we have major chaos. But before we do that, we are, as per usual, going to go ahead and get some sagey sage. You can enjoy the cards in the meantime. I already have the pals laid out for us. Apparently, I don't have a match laid out for us. We're going to do it the easy way, the cheater's way. And this is how we do. So let's get a little bit of sagey sage all up on this. Card number 1 is going to be Cathedral in the Woods. Card number 2, The Gardens of Bones. And pile number 3, Persephone Rising. Take a look at what calls your attention. What calls your attention? Take a look at what seems attractive, appropriate, or whatever draws your eyeball. Then we're going to go ahead and do this little guy. Anyways, you guys can skip to the description in the box below. Apparently this doesn't take forever because I've not been successful at this for some time. What is going on with my paper? I don't know. You know what? We're just going to do it like this and not bother. All right, guys, this is how my week or month has gone, and it's not quite been the month that I thought it would be. All right, I'll see you at your pile. Hi, pile 1. My name is Griselle with Psychic MD, and we are here to do your reading. Let's get a close-up of your gorgeous card right here. Cathedral in the Woods. Right? Thank you for joining me if you're new to my channel, and thank you if you are simply stopping in for the first time. Everyone is welcome and appreciated. So I'm going to get a little bit of incense up in here. Hope that everybody's doing well. This deck that we're using today is Journey of a Lonely Soul, and they are oracle cards. So let's see a little bit more about this card. For pile 1, show me what I need to see for pile 1. These are timeless readings. A little bit more about the Cathedral in the Woods. 2 cards, please. We have Material Harvest. And we have Authority. Very interesting. Now, oh no, look at all of that glare. This is why I don't shoot videos at nighttime, you guys. The lighting in here is not the best, but that's okay. We'll make do with what we have. Okay, nope, he is not showing up. Anyways, my first inclination here is that somebody's trying to move away from authority. And this could have also to do with like how you view material wealth, what that looks like to you. Sorry guys, this is going to annoy the tar out of me if I don't get that glare off the card. So we're trying different things until it works. Apparently this does. It seems to me like you're escaping into the woods. And when I think of a cathedral, I think of somewhere that you have pure reverence for. Somewhere that might be a little bit different. Doesn't have to be like the cathedral that people typically think of as cathedrals. Somewhere where you're free to be yourself, where you are close in communing with spirit, with God, with nature. I heard with the birds. I mean, it could be. I guess that's a little bit better. So I'm going to say that in this case, you've been getting some downloads and you've been working hard or maybe diligently, or maybe the worries and the things of this earth, this world, this 3D life is really calling you to, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of pulling you back, eating away at you and robbing you of your peace. And for whatever reason, I feel like even these two buildings right here, they feel a little bit more like law and order and with authority. Of course, that is all about the Emperor. This is about house and home and authority and regimen and doing things a certain way, and how to keep, you know, your lights on and all the fun things that we have to endure. But I feel like you're pulling away, and the cathedral in the woods can really symbolize a place where you just go to meditate, to pray, to really get things off of your heart, to get grounded for sure. So there's a need for you to step away from this 3D world and to look at things in a different way. I feel like you are unhappy with the laws. It could be laws of the land, the laws of nature, laws of consequence. It could be any of those things, the laws of cause and effect. I think I already said that. But whatever this is, you know, it's like what comes up must come down. But I feel like you're just a little bit exhausted about that. And in here, you're definitely a totally different kind of creature. Because when I'm looking at this right now, she's standing, but her hair is all standing up. And I'm living for that, by the way. I love this deck. It's so pretty. It's by Anna Majbordora or something like that. Anyways, but I feel like you are standing against gravity. You may appear to be somebody who defies gravity, defies authority, defies the things of this world as we 9-to-5ers know it, right? I'm going to say that. A little bit more energy. Why are these cards here on the board for pile number 1? There's a little bit of rebellious spirit, but I feel like it goes deeper than that. It's not like, well, I don't want somebody to have authority over me. It's, I feel like that you see things deeper, or you have been seeing things deeper. I think that illusions are lifting for you. You could be undergoing major awakening. And I'm looking at these clouds parting. So whatever it is, if this is like a global issue, a life issue, a philosophical issue, whatever it is, I feel like you are looking for that happy ending. That is, I kind of wish I can like rename this thing, but end of a chapter. I think that the fog and the deceit and the cloudiness in your brain is being melted away, which is really good, because that's caused, I feel like, a lot of, I heard fear. It's caused a lot of damage. It's caused a lot of separation between like how you feel, how you want to feel, and your involvement in this world. And even like how you view abundance and material possessions, how you view, you know, how you view the important things in life. Let's say that. I feel like you could have, or be undergoing like a major awakening. And we undergo different awakenings at different points in our lives. It's not just like a one thing. And it's like, wow, I woke up and I realized I wasn't in the matrix any longer. And I started thinking about what the matrix is. It's not just one thing. I feel like you've evolved and undergone a lot of things. But for here, forgiveness, set yourself free. And this is also set yourself free. Maybe you've been caught in the rat race, or not really sure how to get away from things like that, how to address more important things like people and love in your life, or how to address even being authentically yourself, your most, I heard, precious self, which is really interesting. And now I'm looking right here, there seems to be like a spotlight on her, and it could appear right now that you are having a spotlight on you, whether that's like financially, and honestly, it could not be a great spotlight. It could be I'm a whirly bird. It could be a helicopter, or, well, I mean, for most of you guys know, but it could be somebody literally trying to search you, trying to find you. And it could be somebody who thinks that their authority is somebody, I heard bigot, but somebody who is really hell-bent on, okay, this is how it goes and there's no other way and I have to come crawling back to me, that kind of an idea. And so if this is like an abusive relationship or situationship, then definitely get the help that you need. That's never going to be a good thing for anyone right here. But that's what I'm getting from there. So there's something about like being somebody gloating and wanting to force your hand to come back towards them, that kind of a thing. But I feel like you're retreating into the woods. And even so, this can even be like back taxes, or I don't know, the laws of cause and effect coming into play once again to kind of haunt you, or things that you've done maybe a long, long time ago that all of a sudden it's like, oh, wow, they garnished my wages from, you know, when I was 15 or I don't know, 20 or whatever the case may be. I think you get the point. Now, there is a need for you to withdraw. And withdraw, when I see that card, I look at, you can't see the forest for the woods, or you can't see the forest for the trees. And it's going to be very important for you to get into Mother Nature, to get your hands, I heard hands wet, but I meant hands into the ground or on a tree or things like that. If you have to hug a tree, then by all means go for it. They love it, but it's healthy for you. And I think that even here, your radar is on point because her hair is standing up. And it also makes me think about how the hair is an antenna into the other world. And so you might be really picking up intuitively on things. And you're like, wow, this is something I'm sensing and I don't know where it's coming from. You could also be somebody who is experiencing more like static electricity in their life. Like when you touch somebody, you can zap them pretty good. And so on and so forth. So I think you're getting the point. Show me what I need to see for pile number 1, please. You could have an affiliation for pile number 3 because that one was trying to come out of my mouth, even though I'm only in pile number 1 right now. Show me more about this. What is the best way to go? Because I have forgiveness here, and this is setting yourself free. So there could be some regrets going on there in regards to like authority and things like that. Yeah, and you're moving on. You're moving away. You're moving and you're going a distance, or maybe you already have. And it's been a journey, and it could be people, you know, things could be really messy. And I also said people could be really messy behind you. Now, this is like, you know, the coffin falling out of the vehicle. Now I can't think of what it's called, the hearse. And so it could really be stating that there's been a lot of shrapnel in your past that's been left behind, and you're trying to turn over a new leaf, and that, yeah, you're trying to set yourself free in order to begin anew again, in order to glean some happiness. Something about drinking like maybe lavender teas and things like that might be really beneficial at this point in time. Show me what's going to be helping and happening is you making a clear and concise judgment. Whatever this judgment is, if you haven't already made it, I feel like the execution of this judgment is what's going to blow people's minds. Now, if I look at this little guy right here, this here guy is, you know, in the war room, or I don't even know what they really call it, but you know, where they have the red button on TV, you know, that one that we all know about. And so, you know, this person is like looking at computers and looking at plans and getting ready to push the fire button. So this could be about you going ahead and sending a message that's going to blow somebody's mind, or somebody else doing that to you. But there is a judgment to be made right here. And I feel like it'll set the brain on fire. It'll set a chain of events that really needs to happen. And even, I mean, all this fire that is being brought forth, I feel like that's a necessary fire. Kind of, you know, when they burn areas, it's like a clean, controlled burn, and they do it for a purpose. Moving on. What else do we need to know? That one jumped out reversed. It's like, pick me. Oh, look. Okay, that's really good news. So I have the 7 of Swords right here, and you saw that it actually leapt out of the deck, but it leapt out upside down. Now, this is my quintessential, I do what I want. Nobody tells me, yeah, I'll do it in front of your face, but if I can, I'll do it behind your back, that kind of a thing. This is my lone wolf. And once again, nobody controls me, that kind of a mindset. So you could be in contact, or somebody could send you a message that maybe perhaps was in the past like that. Tell me more about that with happy ending. That just, I can't say without laughing. Yes, I am 14. Don't judge me. Tell me more about this authority figure with this happy ending and this message. Somebody who's been obsessed with you, who can't take their mind off of you. That's an interesting turn. I was thinking like IRS or CIA or anything like that, but apparently this could be just good old love. I don't know. Somebody who felt like they had, you know, the authority to kind of grab you by the hair. Just kidding. Anyways, it looks very optimistic, very positive. I feel like you're going to be able to see things from a higher perspective. We mentioned whirly birds actually at the beginning of our reading. So I feel like this is talking about how there are things that are long dead, over and done with. You know, there might be a lot of skeletons, a lot of zombies that you need to kind of put to rest and deal with, metaphorically, of course, well, at this point anyways. And I'm just going to say that you're going to be able to get a whole view, because I mean, this helicopter definitely has a great view, and it appears that they're just kind of lifting off and leaving all the zombies behind. Whatever is dead, and whatever, like, let bygones be bygones. I feel like you're doing that. And this person wants to come towards you in an honest manner. They don't want to go behind your back the way they used to. So this could be a Virgo, potentially, with the obsessive card right here. Now let me see, because we don't have a ton of time. The material harvest and the forgiveness. Set yourself free. Why are these cards here in this reading? Why is this affecting my pile number 1, please? Yeah, it's Two of Swords. It's somebody you haven't been in contact with for a long time. And the Knight of Wands, you've been very defensive, and I feel like you'll be very protective. Self-protective is the best protection as of right now, even though they seem to be wanting to clear the air and things like that. And I feel like you'll have, you know, just like this baby, you'll have a little bit of a desire to kind of non things and take a look at things. I scared the tar out of me. I feel like I'm being tested. Okay, so number 1313. I feel like that's an indication to the death card as well. So you could have been having two major changes or two people that majorly change only to come back together into communication. And the Ace of Hazards. This is like literally a zombie, you know, being brought back to life essentially and trying to really begin. I heard bury the hatchet, but trying to begin anew with a new foundation, a steady foundation, begin at square one once again, but on better terms and in a better manner than they ever have presented themselves. So maybe you're going to be receiving an apology, an explanation, clarity, a lot of sun on this whole thing. So maybe you've been in the dark, in the woods about things as well. And I would just say definitely keep yourself balanced. And of course I can't end it when the alarm goes off. Scare the tar out of me. One more card. Yeah. Oh, change. Good. So I feel like, you know, you're in the process of change. And I feel like with the 1212 on the camera a moment ago, I feel like you could have undergone a major epic, like transformational, monumental change, like a Dark Night of the Soul kind of a thing, and had a rebirth. But with two of them, I feel like maybe both of you could have undergone this kind of a change. So if that resonates, please do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. Much love to you. Until next time, namaste. Hi friends, my name is Chriselle with Psychic MD, and I'm here to do another reading for you. I gotta set my clock because I will just ramble. Y'all know how this goes if you've been here before. So, you guys chose pile number 2 with the Gardens of Bones. Quite interesting to me. Now, first thing I want to point out is look at the way she's dressed. I love this. I don't even know what it's called. I used to sew once upon a time. I ain't saying that I was ever really good, but, you know, I'm going to say this is, and if you guys remember what it's called, go ahead and put it in the comments below if you feel led to. But I mean, look how pretty that is. So it's definitely like all see-through. And she is kind of, not kind of, but definitely like invisible. Now, what this is reminding me too is if you guys have been on TikTok at all, I've been a little bit obsessively looking at those, they're not mannequins, but they're like this really huge marionettes supposedly, and they have like pulled them out of the water, and it is said that it's, you know, this big art thing and whatever, but I challenge that. And there's even one, I shouldn't be talking about this, but I'm going to talk about this. Listen, there's even one of those marionette things, and maybe if I remember, I'll put a link in here so you guys can look at it if you have not been privy to this lovely information. Kind of fascinating, creepy, you know, all the things I love. And there's even one of these like marionette things that is, I mean, we're talking huge. They're like stories and stories high. You know, there's one that's like a dog, and there's, you know, several that are like people. One that's, I think, a little kid that winds up like urinating, which is wild. Why would you want that? But, you know, art. Once upon a time, I believe that. Moving on. But the Gardens, plural, of Bones, which to me is kind of trippy. I'm just going to say that I think that you're looking at things and you're trying to get into not only the meat of things, but into the bone, the structure of things. You're trying to figure out the purpose and what it is composed of. And I feel like you're looking deeper into everything. And it's not just everyone else that you're looking at and everybody else's bone skeletons and people's closets, maybe your own skeletons and things like that. But I feel like you're trying to see what people are really made up of and that you can see clearly right through them. I would not be surprised if you are claircognizant. You just know things. Clairsentient. You definitely have that vibe about you. I feel also that this is only for a couple of people. You could be maybe even going to like a legit cemetery and mourning, okay? You could be mourning and giving tribute to like what was lost and moving on and moving forward from that. And that's very difficult. If you've lost a loved one, then my heart goes out to you. I also feel like you're moving away from things that have like weighed you down, things and structures that have appeared one way and haven't really panned out the best for you. Let's say things that have been like really deceptive that, you know, looked like it was one thing and it turned out to be another. And I'm looking at all this indigo, even the cards are indigo right here that I'm using today. We have positive movement forward with the number 8. I get so caught up in like what I'm trying to think that I can't even complete my word. So this is leaving things behind. This gives me like the 6 of Wands in the traditional tarot. Excuse my voice crack. But I feel like you're definitely moving on, and I feel like you're simplifying things. You could be getting rid of old stuff, old structures, old buildings, leaving things behind, looking at things quite differently than you ever have before. You could be moving geographically from like, I know, rural to like a metro or something like that. And I feel like, yeah, you are in search of what gives you joy. Your heart chakra is being activated. I feel like maybe you've been sad and really oppressed, suppressed, and depressed for a very long time. With this building right here, all these buildings appear very, very cold. And it appears that you've been kind of just robotically going through about your day. Now, that could be said for most of us, to be perfectly honest. And I'm actually just turning to look, and I'm looking at these bunnies that I bought, and they're kind of smirking. So I feel like, yeah, all of us have been going from day to day, just a little bit mechanical, same day, same thing, basically with the same results day in, day out. And I feel like you are wanting that positive movement forward, but you're having to be very, very transparent on who you are, what you want, and how you do in order to manifest these things that are coming towards you and that you're headed towards. Why are these cards here, please? Show me more about the heart chakra with the number 4. For pile 2, please. Show me what I need to see for pile 2. Okay. So the Tower, what a surprise. With the 7 of Hazards. So right here, this tells me that you could have had some major changes that go like with your heart chakra, a lot of structures, a lot of things that you thought were built on solid ground that wound up being pure illusion, and that you really couldn't see. Like in retrospect, you could be even thinking to yourself, well, I wish I would have had like a time capsule or like a time machine so I can check it out and see if this is like authentic, or even like an x-ray machine. I wish I could have had x-ray vision to see through this person, to see if they were like, you know, with it or full of it. Oh, this is driving me nuts because I can't see it. Oh yeah, that's going to go super well for me. Let's put this guy here and hopefully not burn the house down. You know. Anyways, moving on. So I feel like you are having a heart activation right here. So, and what that looks like is, I think that you are going to soften. You're going to be a little bit more open to things that, I don't know, to relationships, to friends, to new things, new elements. And I think that you are letting go of things that are old. And this gives me all of a sudden like the feeling of those little creatures like hermit crabs, things like that, that have to like leave their shell in order to find a bigger shell in order to survive because they outgrow their homes. And I feel like in a lot of ways you are outgrowing many, many things. And that's how your heart chakra is being activated, is in leaving things. So it's almost like the medicine is in the poison itself, and it's leaving things. It's leaving things behind. It's leaving situations, people, mindset. And I feel like it's almost like, I feel like one of the threads of this garment has been gripped, and the more she walks, it's just unraveling. And pretty soon, the implication is you won't see any of her. Hello. Okay, with the crown chakra, you could be experiencing some crown activation as well. And I feel like you actually are very open. Your crown chakra seems, and it feels very, very open. Now, there's a need to protect your crown chakra because I feel like everything and anything comes towards you, and this could keep you awake at night. If you work with a crystal called, like, I think it's called celestite, not selenite, celestite. Okay, it's like blue. You want to be careful with that because it might activate too much. Definitely don't let it in your bedroom because you'll be up all night. Ask me how I know. Moving on. So your crown chakra could be really activated, but that's going to help you. The more that you follow this process, the more that your heart chakra is going to open, and that is going to really help heal you and many others as well. Show me why this tower is here, please. Why is the tower here for pile 2? Yep. Well, no big surprise there, right? Transformation. You could be coming from pile number 1 as well. Once again, with the heart chakra being open, I think that what you can see to expect within the next maybe, I would say a year. Yeah, 13 months. Up to a year from now, a lot of different transformations and your heart chakra being activated. What that means to me is that you're going to start speaking your truth as well, because your heart and your voice chakra, your voice chakra, Crystal, okay, they are connected. And so like if you have one that's like on dim or mute, the other will not work. And of course we need them all to be balanced ideally. But something about you speaking your truth at long last, and that's going to be really, really powerful for you. But not just powerful, again, for you, it's powerful for so many people. Now, I want to bring the attention over here because she's wearing a green shirt, he's wearing a green shirt, and we're focused on the green, headed towards the green. This could be abundance and money as well, as my incense chokes me out. Now, the 7 of houses right here, this is 7 of Pentacles, and I feel like intuitively you're knowing, okay, I need to move away from all these things, whatever these things are to you. And you're looking, and it's like, I put time, energy, emotion, effort into all these things, and did it get me anywhere? Did it get me what I needed? Is it make me happy? At the very least, are you happy with having invested this time, this energy, the blood, the sweat, the tears, all of the things, okay? And I feel like you are just kind of unraveling all this bit by bit, and the more that you walk towards your desire and towards what it is that makes you happy, your heart chakra, in other words, the more that other things just fall away, fall by the wayward. And I think that you're going to start seeing this in a radical way, in such a radical way that people might even think, wow, did pile number 2 lose their mental faculties or mental stability? They might even question that. Or I feel like it's people that want to control, manipulate, or dominate more than anything. Other people might be puzzled, but they're like, what's going on here? We don't know. But it won't come from that like high place of criticism, in other words. Show me what I need to see for pile number 2. What is going on here? Tell me more about pile 2. So the Page of Wands, you're finding something new. I heard altruistic. Is that how you say it? Well, anyways, you could have a link to pile number 1, but you could enjoy things like the 50s, or, you know, that's me. Or things that just look like really old and retro. But you could be getting down to basics and really having one idea knot in your brain and heart. And you want to kind of go with it, because this is where you're going to find your mojo. If you've been like listless, energetic, less, all those things, then I feel like it is time to rise up once again and do. Now, this child's drinking out of a yellow sippy cup, and that is your solar plexus, I'm glad to say. So your solar plexus is also kind of being warmed up, okay? So if you put your hand like over your solar plexus, it's a little bit like below where your heart would be. In other words, or if you look at like the chakra map, you would easily see where that's at. And I feel like you can warm up your solar plexus. And this is like, I will. This is like, this is what I live for. This is what I get out of bed for, and all things like that. And I think that you are renewing a new version of yourself. This is like pile 2, 2.0. What else do we need to know for pile number 2 before the alarm goes off and makes me jump? Nine of Swords, yeah. So 9 of Swords, there's been a lot of anxiety. And typically when I look at this card, I'm like beat up from the street up, but really you've been through it. You've been through it. Maybe that you've been even through all the stages of like growth. I'm all normalizing this, but it's not really normal. Maybe you've undergone like some drug issues, which been there, done that. Normal for me, not really, but so maybe you've, you know, gotten a physical altercations. Maybe you've like been physically ill, mentally ill, spiritually ill, whatever all the thing is I think that you are starting to look forward and look towards what is really solid in your life and how to maintain that solidity, and help you to navigate life in a more efficient way. And I think that you're moving away from things that are damaging for you. Okay. You're not looking towards other people to take care of you and do things for you. I have the 3 houses right here, cooperation. So you could be looking to collaborate. A new collaborative effort could be making its way towards you as soon as you complete these final steps. And this thing is going to ring and make me jump again, probably. But 2 more cards here for pile number 2. If you'll look, chihuahua. If you're liking this kind of reading, please do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. I keep the alarm on for myself. You'll know because I want to keep it even. Hard work, commitment, and perseverance. I feel like this is going to renew your determination to move forward, but to move forward in a different manner. Methodical, cohesive, cooperative energy versus solidarity. Did I even say that right? Okay, so you're not going to be like pulling yourself by your own bootstraps for no reason. I feel like you're going to find your people that are willing to team up and collaborate with you, cooperate with you, and work towards a common cause. What else do we need to know for pile 2, please? Oh, like all the cards. All the cards are coming out here. Dream, build castles in the sky. So it's going to be very important to allow yourself to kind of free flow, dream, open up that heart chakra, and just allow things to be. I think that because you've been through so much, you're kind of like, nope, dreaming, that card is revoked. We can't pull that card no more, but that's not really true. And you're going to be a lot more fluid than you have had been in the past. Flow, see where it takes you. And so I feel like part of the problem right here was maybe some rigid thinking. I can well relate to that, by the way. So you're going to be definitely flowing. And I think it's going to be a very beautiful dance. People may not understand it, but it is not for others to understand. It is for you to be able to live and make things work that way. So that's what I have for you. Much, much love to you. If you resonate, again, give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. Until next time, namaste. Hi, pal number 3. My name is Grisel with Psychic MD, and you have chosen Persephone rising. Now, this made me think about Persephone rising literally from like the pits of, right? I think that you have been through it. I think that you are elevating, you are glowing up, you are changing, you're moving away from things. Things may seem like really uncertain currently, but I do want you to know that she is actually facing forward. At least that's how I'm seeing it with her gown. It looks like she's, you know, the gown's facing forward, but her head is facing towards the past. She's looking towards the past, hair anchored in the future as well, and hand towards the past. So this is an era where you might be feeling that things are very, very difficult. You're having to leave things. You're having to not really understand how you're going to progress moving forward, what that looks like, where you're headed. But you do know that it's been really dark, pretty dismal, that the fog has been so dark around you that you're ready to see sunlight one more time. This is a person who's literally been through hell and back. Man, woman, and child, doesn't make a difference. We read energy, not sex. I feel like you're taking one last look at where you came from. I feel like you're finally understanding, and this could have been a long journey. You could have done a long withdrawal, a long journey within to really find out like where you're coming from and who you are and how things happen in your life, you know, different stages, like a self-evaluation, a life evaluation for yourself. But I feel like you're moving away from this energy and you're looking forward to something in the future coming up here shortly. Within the next 6 months, yep, what I tell you, you're having a major change. Number 21, this is like the world card, right? The universe. This could be things on the internet and whatever, but you're having major changes. So yeah, trapped in fear. So make sure that you are not trapped in fear. And maybe perhaps that's part of what keeps you looking back. And it's like, well, where did I make a mistake? Where did I go? Even though you've physically risen and you've graduated from so many situations that would really, frankly, have conquered most of us. I think that fear can keep you bound a little bit in your head, just like this person is trapped in fear, holding their head. It's like they're in despair and they don't really know how to move, how to navigate, or it seems impossible. And friend, if that's you, I can totally relate to that. So I just had a bunch of cards just jump out. So we're taking them as is. Emotional withdrawal. Yeah, you could have been withdrawn for a long, long time. It could have been even close to a 2-year time frame where you just pulled away and you acted different. You just went and withdrew within yourself. Didn't really do that much with friends, family, things like that. Maybe you're on a journey of self-discovery, meditation. Maybe you went to meditate with the monks, that, you know, all those things. So you get the point. But at the very least, you've had a cycle with the number 8 that's ending right now, of meditation, of emotional withdrawal, of prayer, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and this was part of your destiny, is to really anchor in, hone in on who you are and see all the different versions of yourself. Now, pile number 3, I feel like you're entering very soon into a new you, a new era, a new time where you are going to see things differently with all the pink. I see a lot of love, cohesiveness with the circle right here. And this is a flower of life, I believe. And I think that you're just, ending completions, that's redundant, but I think that you are discovering who you are. And if any of you guys have like, what do they call it? BPD, borderline personality disorder, or like schizophrenia, or whatever generation, and all the things, whatever you call it. I feel like you could be integrating different parts of yourself, different personalities of yourself into one, and understanding that it is all just one. And of course, you're going to go by your medical advice, because, I'm not looking to get shut down, and that's not me anyways. So destiny, this was destined for you, not to be trapped in fear, but to really go within and discover exactly who you are, to withdraw. And I feel like it's been a big period of isolation that was quite unexpected. It caught you off guard, it caught other people off guard, but you've gained a lot of wisdom. You've gleaned a lot of wisdom. I feel like with the number 5, you undergone a lot of changes, maybe even coming out of prison. I don't know your life, no judgment there. Maybe physically imprisoned, maybe mentally imprisoned, maybe you could have been in a situation where you weren't in prison, from someone who said they loved you. Hopefully not, but this could be like a matrimony, like a spouse who didn't want to let you go. Somebody was controlling. They could have, used mental, emotional games, whatever the case may be. But you withdrawn, and now you're ready to travel once again, because you have the book of life. You have all the answers. It's going to require a lot of changes from you, and you have loyalty on your side as well. Spirit is like, you know what, never again will you be put in this situation, because you have the wisdom. Once again, it is time for you to move forward and live, but you are in conflict and defeat. So mentally, emotionally, you could be in the same space as when we first started. I'm looking at all these, is it hieroglyphics, graphics? Well, probably not the word I'm even using, but it's all the inscriptions, all the drawings that we would see, on the walls and things like that of old. So I think that where they're flaying up, you're kind of going even deeper and deeper. And that's where we're talking about Persephone rising. So this is your rise, almost like the phoenix rising. And you may think that you have like candles down here. It's like, well, I always withdraw within myself to ruminate, to think about things. But this orange glow right here is centered right on this figure that's running away. And I feel like this orange figure is like, you know what? This is your solar plexus. This is where you find joy, the joy to live, the ability to enjoy food, enjoy company, enjoy other people, sensual feelings, sexuality, all of these things, the enjoyment of sexuality, to be specific, and things like that, is something that is really calling out to you right now. And that's what's going to put you in a higher plane. Now, obviously, you're going to address that responsibly, and whatever that entails and whatever it means to you. But this could be engaging in your creativity, your, whatever really gives you joy. Let me just leave it there. And yeah, you're moving on. All this darkness, you're leaving it behind, see? Even though it's your knee-jerk reaction to want to run back to the dark, or kind of ruminate and think about things once again, because you've been doing that, you've been in a cycle that you've been doing that for some time, you are not going to be allowed in a good way, okay? You are going to move on into the world with all the knowledge, because you have everything that you need in order to proceed, to move forward, to move on, and you are going to be fulfilling your destiny. A lot of you guys are asking, like, what is my destiny? Why am I here? Those kind of questions. And those are really like deep questions, and that's very, very difficult to answer. Hi, Coco. Yeah, even Coco says that's a challenge. So you could be asking questions like that. Show me what I need to see. Oh, yeah, looks like that's gonna go ping. Where are these cards here? It's been a battle. It's been a wrangle. I heard it's been festering. So things could have been stagnant. Whereas once upon a time, Spirit really made sure that you went within in order to get the answers that you needed, in order to really do some self-reflecting, make changes as needed. Now is the time to come out of that. And I think that's going to be another difficult shift, because it was difficult to shift within that energy to begin with, to embrace that separation. You separated from everyone else to go within. Yeah, Eight of Wands, and things will happen like once you start coming back into the light and having trust that you have been through like the worst of things. Don't be burdened on the set here. Yeah, that you have the answers. And so this could be simple stuff like, I'm not really sure how to navigate life. And if I go out there, I know a lot of people who are still, mentality is still on lockdown, right? But this could be mental, emotional, spiritual as well. And I know personally I've gotten into that lockdown where it's like, I don't even know like if I could trust people. So I'm just going to kind of do me, and I quite enjoy my company. If anybody knows me, I know it's like really bizarre, but I mean, why would you not enjoy your own company? I think it's weird if you don't. There's a problem if you don't enjoy your own company. I'm frequently alone, but rarely lonely. I'll say that. But when you're coming out of this, I'm going to say that Eight of Wands, you might be getting like a lot of messages, invitations. You might be like, somebody can have, oh goodness, I can't say that on camera. Somebody could literally have like a physical reaction to you and want to pursue you with like, put my skates on and I'm going to chase you. So if you're single, or even if you're not, this person can be like, whoa, they could have their sights set on you, that kind of a thing. Yeah. What else? A lot of messages, a lot of movement. You could be moving. Flights, vacationing. Look, Queen of Cups. She looks like she's on vacation. And this could be a staycation. Doesn't have to be that you have to go anywhere, but somewhere where maybe you can enjoy a different type of scenery. Now, make sure that this isn't you eating your own brain. The Queen of Cups can get into her emotions and be led by her emotions. So I feel like this Queen of Cups is like trying to balance out her mind, but in that, maybe this is stating that you have to get into your emotions once again and not be so mental. Maybe you've been into the mental realm so long because you've had to go and deep dive within for at least the past 2 years or so, 21 months, I don't know. And I'm going to say that you need to go back into your emotion, like feeling things and being present and being, right here in the right now, not looking at the past, not trying to dig things up. Or understand any more than you already understand, because you have all the answers. Next, we have the Queen of Wands right here. So this is my mover, my shaker, and my candlestick maker. This is I'm doing this for business, and then you turn around, they're doing that, and they're doing the other. And it's like entrepreneur, business owner, manager, somebody who's incredibly trustworthy. This, of course, could be a nurse as well, a traveling nurse. This could be somebody who's going to lend you a hand, somebody who's got a bone to pick with you. So there are different things indicated right here. It's going to be different for everyone. If you'd like a private reading, I'll leave that in the description box below. You'd have to go to Etsy and purchase a reading there. But yeah, I feel like you are hydrating, even like this IV fluid. I don't even know if it's getting to her because she's kind of missing the arm right there. But this nurse, she needs to heal herself as well. And I feel like you're kind of in the process of integrating all of these types of archetypes for, the feminine, but it doesn't have to be feminine, masculine. So it could be like super intellectual, but super giving and loving, and the super caretaker, but also super mover and the shaker, all the things. But you're trying to integrate and find a balance in these things as well. And with that, I feel like with all of these like leaves falling, they look like young leaves. So I feel like it's spring. Spring is around the corner for us anyways in the Northern Hemisphere. That is good news for us, because I'd like to see some sunshine, just not Arizona sunshine. What else do we need to know for pile number 3? Pile number 3. What do we have for the... Oh, we're taking the entire book is for you, by the way. Look, guidance. Yes, so we have guidance for you. You could be clairvoyant as well. You are divinely guided. And do we not see that here? So have trust that in spite of all the... I heard desolation, all the isolation, all the things that you've had to do in order to rise again, in order to maybe rebirth yourself, rebrand yourself, and be somebody totally different. It is all still a part of you, and you are actually receiving the guidance that you need in order to be successful. Yeah, logic and evaluation. So don't get caught up all in your head. It is about the perfect balance. You have the words, the wisdom, the knowledge. You have the encyclopedia. You have the internet of, in order to balance all the things. I feel like you could have people's eyes on you, but I also feel like you are divinely protected. So don't worry about that. Even if people try to give you the mal de ojo, just evil eye, you are definitely protected, okay? You could be connecting with the cosmos. You could be getting downloads. You could be a great mathematician. Lord knows I am not. So I think that you have a lot of things going on through your head. And I'm looking at this. This is like the way, you know, whales communicate through water sound. I forget what that's called. But then bats do it too in the air. So, yeah, like sonic boom, but you know, communicating in a different way than other people do. And I think that you are going to start thinking things through like that and getting more downloads in order to expand your life. These all came out, so we're just going to take them as is. You are safe. The universe has your back. This universe, you've completed that cycle of having to go within and having to sink and maybe have everything burn around you, and you are ready to rise again. You have freedom. Spread your wings. You have freedom, and this, I think that's a stork. Maybe storks bring about like new birth, new babies. And mystery, secrets, and hidden meanings. I think you are like the oracle. So pile number 3, you guys are always my conspiracy theory people. You're always the high priest, high priestess, that kind of an energy. And I think that this is spirit confirming that you've undergone a lot of changes. And yeah, life is always changing anyways, but don't get caught up in your mind. Know how to categorize, know how to move, ebb and flow with the different things, because you don't want to get caught up in doing any one thing any longer. This is going to help you to manifest. All of this appears to be an echo of not that card, but pile number 3, this card. See all that? Look at that. So you have a lot of things coming towards you. That is going to make more sense. That's going to open up your eyes. That's going to help you to bring it back into the 3D world with you. Manifestation, what you desire is on its way. So make sure to focus properly. Maybe even do a vision board. Anything like that might help you to move things along. And with that, much, much love to you. Here, the set burned down. Just kidding. Much love to you, pile number 3. Until next time, namaste.